Okay, it's time to relax a little bit. Then I'll go back out there, take a little reprieve from the people. Then we had more people show up, so they came directly in here. Started to shower a little bit. So we set up the tables and the food inside the house, and thank goodness that we had room in the house to do this. Several rooms, so that worked out pretty good. We had a few more people show up, so they came directly in the house. Now we didn't set up any tenting or nothing. Actually, the skies were clear today. We didn't think there'd be any showers, activity, nothing like that. But the minute it started to be a little drops, I said, let's move the tables inside. In the dining room, we fit a lot of tables in there, and in the living room and a hallway. So it worked out pretty good. I told her earlier, I said, what if it rains? And then it started to come down a little heavy. So we had already moved the tables inside. So that worked out pretty. There was a couple of people that went home. You know, they ate, stuffed their faces, and then they went back home. But that's okay. We still got a bunch of people here right now. As long as there's food, they ain't going nowhere. I'm still going to have a piece of that cake. I got to have a piece of that cake. Yeah, so far it's been pretty good. I'm kind of retrieving to my bedroom here. Keep the dogs company for a little bit because there's a lot of people that's also in the living room. So didn't want to have the dogs inside there. They get kind of frustrated with too many people in the living room. Yeah, it's turning out pretty good. And we had a good crowd here. They're all, as I said, they're with the tables in the dining room and the existing table, plus those big round tables. We got fit about three of them in there. And then there's the living room, and then there's chairs in the hallway, and also a table in the kitchen. So that turned out pretty good so far. It's still early, but there's good news. They're not going to use a karaoke machine in when it's showering outside. Yay! I know. I sang on there too. I mean, I gave in. I gave in. I said, what the hell? It's her birthday. So I gave in. Oh, I see Ricky had a show on there. Oh, he's talking about Dumageddon again. Oh boy, I'll tell you, never end. I mean, the world goes on even after you die. The world's gonna go on, and there's still gonna be idiots out there, and we're not gonna get rid of the idiots in the world, unfortunately. Got a good scenario here. What would you do? Okay. And I seen a movie. I having something to do with this, really. The guy was trying to say it's going to become the end of the world, but you had to do something and do this and do that, and they didn't want to do that. A lot of people were dying. Would you care about just saving your family or having to give up people in your family to make a sacrifice to save the rest of the world? What would you do? Let them all eat cake. I don't know. Yeah, my interest is in my own family. That would be number one. That would be actually number one. I got to show my face now and then in the other room. Like I said, I don't like crowds, but I got to socialize with them, and been doing that since we started. They're going to be here for a while, but I don't think it's going to be a late night because of the a little bit of inclement weather. So yeah, we moved everything inside when it started to shower, and we didn't think nothing of it, but I did. I said, "What if it showers outside?" Okay, I guess we'll just have to move everything inside. So that's exactly what we did. The minute I start seeing showers come down, the kid was on the microphone on the karaoke. I said, no, get underneath. I don't want our hands to get wet or anything like that and get electrocuted. Then the rain started coming down a little bit heavy. By that time, I was smart enough to get everybody to move the tables and the food inside the house. So that worked out real well. It was my quick thinking that saved this party. But I'm happy for her. She had a good turnout. All they're still here, but she's in a great mood. And she said the holidays have been great for her and me. I can't complain. It's been all going very well. Pardon me. This old man is already getting tired. I'm no partier anymore, really. My neighbor wanted to have some Red Horse. I said, "Nah, man, no, I don't drink." He forgot that. I said, "Nah, I don't drink." Hey, Larry. Yeah, well, it still is. They're still here. I'm in my bedroom, retreating, retreating. But I got to show my face. You know how that goes. I got to socialize. No, it's been very well. I mean, catered. You know, half decent variety of food. Nothing, nothing more than I've ever seen at wedding ceremonies and all that shit that go on here in the island. Pretty similar. We had a different caterer this time, which I liked. And they were here serving the food up and the whole bit, man. We go to those beach parties, where they have the staff of the company. And they serve out the food and all that. This way they can ensure that nobody's just going there and taking a gallon of food in their dish or something and bringing it home. But they do that anyway. Yeah, making great memories. That's what it's all about. Well, it is what it's all about. A lot of pictures, videos being taken, and hey, man, I didn't have a birthday like that. Well, that's kind of like my doing, because I'm not really into the hoopla. Women are. It's a big event. I mean, every holiday's a big event out here anyway. Needless, I have to say that. Yeah. Hi, Frank. As our talks the other night, how did your colonoscopy go? Colonoscopy? I haven't had one recent. I'm due for one. Colonoscopy? I haven't had a colonoscopy for a while. I don't know how that came up. When was I talking about colonoscopy? I don't know. Got me on that one. I don't know who were we discussing, John Blaze and or something. I don't know. The colonoscopy. The other night, how do you? I didn't get a colonoscopy. No, 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 no. I had 4 months ago, whatever it's been. It's been a while now. I had kidney stones. Well, big kidney stone, not stones like plural. No, no. There was actually one in the kidney, a small one. Everything came out though eventually. And, it's just extremely painful thing. I've talked about it on a lot of my shows. I don't really wish that on anybody, and I do mean anybody. It really is that painful. Just go look up stories on the internet about people who've had kidney stones, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Colonoscopy. Yeah, I know, Larry. I don't. When was I talking about a colonoscopy? No, I need to get a colonoscopy every 3 years, and endoscopy in the throat every 3 years, about the same. I got to do that because I have a lesion in the throat. That's from a GERD, gastro. Uh, oh, what it is? It's acid that gets in your throat from your stomach from having a hiatal hernia. It's different than an inguinal hernia down there. This is over right near your stomach and esophagus. Yeah, I mean it's not a death sentence or nothing like that, you know. But still, when acid gets in your esophagus, you're introducing different cells that shouldn't be there. Okay, yeah. It's always something that you have to actually look into. And the funny thing, I always get that magical number of 13 on here. Because there are 13 diehards that definitely come on here. That number I'm looking at, 13, all the time. It's 14 now, but that magical number of 13. When I do a show, it'll stabilize at 13 every single time. I brought the dogs in my bedroom here because they're in my living room too. That might be uncomfortable to eat around there with dogs, and dogs get a little frustrated when there's too many people around, you know. Damn, I didn't have a birthday like this. But like I said, I always tell her, I don't want any big hoopla. Let's have a cake with the family here, whatever, and a dinner, you know. But, you know, it was her 50th. That's like a big number to change. And She wanted to be special, and she was planning this for a long time. We both were, but um, besides a little rain coming down, it turned out so far pretty good. Expert forever, expat forever. Oh God, Ricky was doing a show knocking people in Dumageddon. There's somebody was saying, "Oh, I'm going to move to Dumageddon in 5 months." I don't know anybody. I never been there. I never want to be there, but I heard enough about Dumageddon and all the expats living there. No, that wouldn't be my goal. That certainly wouldn't be my goal. Big shit about Dumageddon. My God, man. We all call it Dumageddon. You're dumb to move there. You get into fights with other expats. I don't want to be around a bunch of expats. I made that abundantly clear. That's not my goal. It never was. I'll be around some of them when I want to, if I need to, or whatever. But no, I don't want to hang around a bunch of fucking expats. I deal with enough crazy expats. And actually, a lot of people that come on my show don't even live in the Philippines. They're living vicariously through a lot of us that actually do live in the Philippines. I could name names if I had to, you know. No, I'm actually living here, yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while. See, it balances out at 13 all the time. It gets higher, sometimes lower, but it always balances out at 13 on here. So there's 13 actual avid viewers of mine that come on here. That's okay, though. The other day I had 46 or something at one point. For a small channel, that's pretty good, but, you know, we know who's there. We know exactly who's there. Well, this party is better than the detention center party, I could tell you that. I could definitely tell you that. I couldn't eat too much because, you know, truthfully, if this was all American food, you know, I'd be throwing down that freaking food, man. Not the healthiest. It wouldn't be the healthiest. It was hamburgers, fries, shit like that. But if you're going to attract any people over to a party, trust me, they're going to expect Filipino food. After all, well, you know, they are Filipinos, and this is the Philippines. So there you go. Makes sense? Yeah, it's like Barry says, "Oh, you be around me, you got to speak English." I always love that one. Don't be speaking Filipino language to me. Can you believe that? Can you actually believe that? You're in the Philippines, dude. Duh. You know, if you're in Spain, they maybe want you to speak Spanish or something, or, you know. I don't know. You know. It's kind of like that, you know. It's nice to know, you know, a few language. You know, English is their second language, not their first. But the bummer, man, he just attacks people for, like, speaking their own language. I mean, that makes absolutely no goddamn sense at all. But then again, when does he ever make sense anyway? He's still out there. He's still got his phone. He's still leaving messages and comments on channels, including mine sometimes. Although I think he's blocked on here. Yeah. Another lie, right? Yeah, we know. Immigration's come over. Take the phone away. Yeah, like we believe you broke up with your girlfriend that last time. We believed all that. We believe you, man. We believe you. We believe you. Look at that. Not even a thumbs up on here. I got all trolls on here. No, what did I expect, really? Yeah, I don't want to be on any true weather problems with the satellite. Frank, when these people go to a birthday party, they bring in a gift. I don't know if she got any gifts or not. She got well, her daughter had bought her a microwave ahead of time, though. She had gotten some from the neighbor prior to the party. I don't know if she got anything else. I'm not looking. And a lot of them, they can't afford to buy a gift. We don't have that in mind. It's not necessary to bring a gift. They just come over here and have a party with us, show respect, and that's all we expect. But, you know, a lot of Filipinos don't have the extra money to, you know, they don't. You gotta respect that, you know. Always invite my neighbor over. Kids are having a good time, and but no karaoke now because it's kind of wet outside now. Yeah, but my timing was just right. When I sensed that there was a few raindrops, I said, "Well, you got that marine air that comes over the ocean at night, so you can never depend on doing something when nightfall comes." And I had that in mind. And I even mentioned to her earlier, "What if it rains?" I said, "Well, we're just going to have to move it inside," and that's exactly what we did. We got all big tables, well, as much as we could to get inside. There was a few people that went home, engorged themselves. Might have even did a Fazio thing or something with the plastic bag. I'm not sure, but whatever. A bottle of wine. We don't really drink wine. If anything, it's like regifting to somebody. If somebody got us wine, it's not bad to drink red wine. I mean, I should have a little bit of that in all actuality. But I take something called resveratrol, which is a highly, highly concentrated grape extract, like wine. One of these pills is equal to something like 300 glasses of red wine. I'm not shitting you. I'm really not shitting you. No, red wine ain't bad. Red wine, as long as you don't mix it with medicine or something like that. But I wouldn't. A lot of people, they have dinner, they have some red wine, and they relax. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Who knows? I might be some good red wine or something. I don't want to become a wino though. But I just generally don't have a taste for alcohol. Well, you know me. I'm a lightweight. All I used to do back in the day was I'd have a couple of Bud Lights, or maybe I'd chase it sometimes with rum and coke when I was out to the clubs. I didn't drink much. It was just every weekend or every other weekend I'd go out. It was mostly every other weekend. I had a small crowd that we used to get together, a couple of the clubs. We always had fun. Always had fun. I used to look forward to that because I was raising my daughter, and I didn't want to just go out all the time and hang in a fucking bar because that was never my thing. I mean, it still isn't. I just think it's a shame that I don't know, man. I mean, to each his own, but that people they move out here, they're expats, and they just spend there all the time in the fucking bars. You could do that back where you came from. A lot of them don't even go anywhere either. I mean, I don't go a lot of places, but you know, I'm not hanging in a bar either. And I don't know. It just seems like there should be more than that. And even for me, I just hate the hassle of traveling around. Really, that's why I haven't been to a lot of places because as I said on many shows, I have not pinpointed any place other than Baguio I went. We've been other places, but outside of the Cebu area. But I never made like a huge trip. You know, some exotic Philippines island or something. I never went to Palawan, and for good reason, really. I wouldn't want to go to Puerto Princesa because I've seen everything I can see on that. It's just a boring town, nothing to do there. Then it's like a 6 hour trip to get down to Palawan or something like that. It's not worth the hassle. Yeah, they got nice beaches. The scenery is nice. The scenery is nice. But, I got a beach right here. You know. So, how's the crowd doing there?
Still a crowd.
Huh?
Still a crowd.
Still there?
Yeah.
I'm just keeping the dogs company for a little bit here. Yeah. We still, they're still here because they're inside and they're going to enjoy themselves. And is Dennis still here?
Yes, still there.
Oh, good. Okay. I'll go in there in a little bit here. I'm just, what?
5K.
Hold on a minute.
Pacha, pacha.
Hold on a minute. Okay. Somebody asked me, did she get any gifts? And she said, yes, she did, in the other room. Okay, so I have no idea what it is, but she did get some gifts. She's doing pretty good between, oh my God, between Christmas, New Year's, and now her birthday. Not doing too bad, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Well, you guys not really very talkative tonight here. We got 16 people in here. But I'm going to be getting off here anyway. It is her birthday party. I don't mind making a little cameo here and there. I started to do a part 2 on this when we were moving things inside. And I don't know if it's still out there or not. But I had to find an excuse to go in the other room for a little bit. I mean, I've eaten all I could really eat on there. There wasn't, if there was some prawns in there or something, I would have ate that, But if I get hungry, I'll just have my lasagna, but not late at night for this. It's not late, but I don't want to eat anything too heavy at night, Especially if it has tomato sauce in it. Too spicy for my stomach, really. So I'd rather not. I'm going to have a piece of cake, though. I don't give a shit about that. I'm going to definitely going to have a chunk of that cake. You betcha. Main thing is she's happy, and it's a good party, and I got to go show my face in there. I really have to. Hold on. Oy vey. Who's actually in the living room? I want to go peer into the living room. You girls have to stay here. Stay here. No. Now you stay here. Dad'll be right back. Stay here. Shit, they got an air-conditioned room for themselves here. Be right back. Okay. Oh my God. Hello. Well, there's the food. Some of it over here. Oh my God, who do we got in the living room here? There's all the slippers, and I'm wearing my shoes. Hold on. Watch out. Oh my God, okay. There's everybody. I was wondering where everybody was. Wow. No, you stay there. Yeah. We got them in the other room, and we got them all packed here in the living room here. What are you watching?
Conjuring.
Oh, Conjuring? That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm going to have to watch that in a minute, too. Yeah, Conjuring is actually a pretty good movie. Hello. And more in here. We got a good turnout. Ay. Eat, folks. So when is your Sarah? When is it coming back? When? End of the month? Okay, that's good to hear. All right, that's really good. I won't going to tell you the circumstances on that, but can't do that. Okay. It's kind of a better turnout than I thought it was. I was getting a little wondering in the beginning, but you got to understand out here, actually, if you're going to go to a party, if they tell you that the party is, I don't know. If they tell you the party's at 5 p.m., expect, two things actually. Don't expect the party to be started at the time that they tell you to come. The other thing, kind of reverse, is that you tell them that the party's at 5, then they don't show up till 6 or 7. So it's either way in the Philippines. It works either way. No, girls, you relax. Stay here. They get too frustrated. There's too many people, and maybe people don't want to be around the dogs. No. Sweetheart, you stay in here. Be right back. Go. No. Lay down. Okay. No, there's just too many people here to bring the the dogs out. He was getting really frustrated, especially Ginger. Ay, ay, ay. More food in the other room. What happened? Somebody go to slip. Somebody go to slip on that. Speaking of slippers, and I'm in my shoes. Yeah, it's raining right now. Yeah, man, talk about a timely thing here. Why is this gate open? Yeah, it's raining. Well, I gotta say, we really acted fast on this. Yeah, there's a lot more people, but there's about, I think, 7 people that went home. That live more local here. The people across the way here. They came and ate and showed up, and that's cool. They were invited. No problem there. Now we got 20 out there tonight. Yeah, I'll be joining the rest of them in a few. I'm actually sort of kind of still hungry, but I keep on thinking about the cake. There really wasn't, except for a little bit of salad and stuff. It was okay, and the beef steak, chopped beef steak was good. Yeah. Hello. Who that? Come on in. What? I think it's open. Isn't it? Oh, okay.
Good evening. It's raining.
Yeah, it sure is. Then we had to move everything inside. We had all the tables set up, and we had to move inside. Come on in. Still showing up. Did you take? Did your trike driver show up for the free food? No, he didn't, Steve. No, he didn't. He didn't show up. Well, unless he had an invite. But out here you got to understand something. Some people just will show up for the hell of it. And what he did, yeah, you're remembering that last time in the restaurant. You got a good memory. You must be following me. When the trike driver on what was it? There was an occasion we were doing it just because he was driving us around. But that's how it is out here, actually. So we were having dinner. I think it was dinner, if I remember correctly. So we went in the restaurant with us and sat down, and he expected to eat. And we're not gonna tell him no. We're not gonna tell him no. It's a courtesy, and it's kind of expected out here sometimes. But sometimes they expect money on the holidays, because if you made the mistake of, you're still hanging in there, Dennis. Okay. Had to keep the dogs company. Happy everybody. Yeah, I had to put the dogs in the bedroom because there's too much going on, and the living room is crowded, and they just get too frustrated, And nobody maybe wants crowded in there. You don't have the dogs in there, No, the trike driver, no. If he had known there's a party, there's a chance he would have showed up. I can tell you that. There's a very good chance. But, we'd invite him. If he did, we're not going to tell him that, you're my trike driver, you shouldn't be here or something. No, we don't do that. I see a few ants on here, too. Oi. Oh, I'm doing a live thing right now. Huh? They're from all over. There's not many people. It's like 20 people. Yeah, just 20 people right now. But some people with big shows, they could have hundreds of people show up. Yeah, I'm small time. Yeah, and I'm kind of weaning myself off this thing too. The New Year's is here, and figure we can get through this birthday and the holidays, and get you some other shit. When I get you that other shit, and I think you know what it is, then we're gonna wean off on here. And it's gonna be by choice because we've been on here quite a while. That's for damn sure. Okay, guys, there's not too much dialogue going on here, so let me kind of pay attention to my guest, and I'm going to sneak some cake and do the mingle. Expat forever. Come on, Steve says. There was an old farmer back home who used to show up at everyone's funeral in bib overalls for the free food in the church basement. When the guy did, it was found out he was a millionaire, and he died. Well, look at what's his name. Look at that billionaire. What is his name? The old guy. I'm not thinking clearly here. This guy eats McDonald's all the time. He lives very frugally. He's a billionaire. What is his name? I'm trying to remember his name. Oh my God, this guy is like multi-billionaire, multi. And he eats cheap, he eats fast food. He's old. He eats fast food, and he lives very meagerly. He doesn't spend any money if he doesn't have to, and I don't know, if you got that kind of money, man, enjoy life. I mean, but people are going to live the life the way they want. Oh, Jesus Christ, I know his name. I just can't think of what his name is on there. I don't know, it don't matter. But yeah, this guy is a big-time billionaire, big stocks, big companies, and he lives very, very, very frugal. I don't know, what's the purpose? You know, if you got it, you might as well, you know, do a shitload of things. But some people don't feel that they have to, you know. You've got basically people in the family waiting for you to die. That's what it really is, you know, too. Warren Buffett, thank you. Maximus came in. Maximus. Warren Buffett, thank you. That's the man. He's got more money than sand on a beach, but he don't spend it. He don't spend nothing. Eats fast foods, doesn't drive a fancy car, my understanding. And he's living in a simple home. But generally people with that kind of money, they live an elaborate life with, you know, a mansion, and they got all the fancy cars in the garage and all that. I know that, Mr. Rainbow. I'm not on camera at the moment. Yeah, which I think is stupid anyway. What do you need a 30-room mansion for? What is the purpose of that? What, you and your wife? 30-room mansion? It's just a way of saying, look at us, look at us. We're a success. Well, success means a lot of different things. Success doesn't mean money all the time. You know, there's different success in life. But they just flaunt it. Even Sylvester Stallone, I kind of like him. But he had wearing his big gold thing, showing it off with his watch, you know, he paid for it and all that crap. And yeah. Well, good for him. You know, good for him. But you see, the thing is, he did something to earn the money. You know, you can't be begging people all your life, you know. Yeah, lives in the same house he bought in 1960s. That's just amazing. Well, that's good for him. That is really novel of him to do that. And James Baldwin is not exactly a fan of mine, but I'll let you make that statement. Relax. What else you got to do, you know? I got to check on the dogs again. Okay. Yeah, now that's what I call a real man who does something like that. You got all the money in the world you could ever need and ever want. See, let me explain something to you. Lay down, girls. Let me explain something to you about wealth. And I really wouldn't know anything about wealth because I'm not really wealthy. Far from it. But, you know, the one thing I've always loved is that when you save your money, you look forward to you save your money to something that you want to buy, that you've been wanting to buy for a long time. Then you finally get that money up and you buy it, and you know, you get a lot of satisfaction from that. You see, but when you're really wealthy and you could go to anywhere and you could buy anything you want, $1 million watches, which is ridiculous to begin with, but you know, and just really frivolous crap, just a lot of material shit, you know, that's all it is. It's not going to give you life if you're dying. It's not going to give you a medicine that's going to cure you or anything. You know, it's that it's building up. Like when I used to buy camera equipment a lot, I'd save my money and I'd go to Olden Camera down in Manhattan. I used to buy a lot of stuff from them and finally get the camera that I wanted to, you know. And there was a lot of satisfaction in that. Incredible amount of satisfaction. But when you know you could go anywhere, do anything you want at any time, just I don't know. That might sound great to some people, but just knowing that, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how you guys look at that, but I do get more satisfaction to know that maybe I'm in a position to buy something I need if an appliance breaks down or if I want to buy a car or something like that. I don't know. But, you know, frivolous spending, it gets boring. I know some people say boring, man. I wish I had money like that, you know, to buy all those things. But most people who have money, they lose it because they don't wind up paying taxes. All these stars, they don't pay their taxes, nothing. And they wind up losing everything that they earn. God, look at P. Diddy right now. He's in a bad situation. What a creep that guy is. He's used to his luxury. Now he's in a fucking prison cell. You know? How's that working for him? And there's a lot of stars that were associated with it. Even Angelina Jolie. I mean, let me. Was it Jolie or was it no? It was what do you call the Spanish actress and singer? There's a lot of people that are going in hiding, that are trying to disassociate themselves from P. Diddy. Oh yeah, the cockroaches going back into hiding. They went to these crazy parties. They did crazy shit. Jennifer Lopez, thank you, J Lo. Told you I'm getting old here, man. The old memory ain't what it used to be, ain't what it used to be, ain't what it used to be. But I got my viewers to correct me. Yeah, Jennifer Lopez, she's a firecracker, let me tell you something. She's a firecracker. You know, she's been to the casting couch, she's been to all that shit, like most of them do. Good looking gal, but you know, she's done all the same things people did to get her stardom. Slept with this guy, slept with that guy, slept with this star. And they do that because they want more attention, they want to be with other famous people. You know? Yeah. Yeah, she's, Jennifer Lopez is pretty hot, but, she's no innocent gal. She's far from being innocent. Neither is Angelina Jolie. I like Brad Pitt, though. But there's a few actors I really like that are really down in, you know, they're really grounded people, I think. Brad Pitt was a good-looking guy, and he's even good-looking to men. Everybody wants to be Brad Pitt, and all the women want to be with Brad Pitt. Yeah. Come on, Steve says Frank did that. I did that back in the day too. I saved $30 for a Kodak 110. Yeah, I remember all of them. I used to love the Polaroids. As you take some nasty pictures with your girlfriend at the time. Yeah. You didn't have to bring it to the store. Well, let me tell you something. Back in the 90s, I was in Seattle, late 80s, 90s. I used to know this guy that worked in a film lab, you know, developing film and all that shit. Bring your roll in and all that. And you'd be surprised the things that people were. Some stores wouldn't take that stuff and they won't print it, but a lot of stores did. Now the guys who worked in the lab, all the shit's coming out on the machine, automatic machines and stuff. And there was lots of really lewd pictures, nude lewds. And these guys, you know what they do? If the girl was good looking, they'd be making a copy for themselves. I heard the guy was talking about that. They'd be making copies for himself. And there's Anthony. Who's a criminal? P. Diddy? Well, look, if everything is correct, they talked about him. He's a huge criminal. What are you talking about? Even possibility of poisoning people. There's a lot of shit that went on. Believe me, there was a network of things that P. Diddy did. When you got that kind of money, you feel empowered and you could put control on people, and that's what he did. Oh, you're joking around. It's only an administrative issue. Okay. Oh, I see what you're doing here. Okay, it's a bummer thing. He's not a criminal. It's only an administrative issue. Okay, I'm a little bit gullible here. I'm sorry. It takes me a minute or two to catch on. Yeah. The stinger, Frank, is... It hurts them. The stinger. The stinger. It's not jail. Well, I'll tell you what, man. If it's got bars and you can't go to the street and go to the clubs and have freedom, it's jail. Now, how you want to fucking look at it, man? It's jail. Just face the reality. It's fucking jail. No, it's a detention center. Well, you're detained in a prison, too. You're not going to leave it. I mean, look, you can't feel sorry for that guy. You really can't. No matter how hard you might dig in your heart, you know his history. You can't give in. You can't. You just can't, Come on, Steve said, I had a friend who worked in a lab, too, and they had a door in the back room with copies of all the strange pics that came in. I saw an auto accident with a guy's missing leg, another was a foot-long turd. Oh, God. Girls, what are you doing? Yeah. Don't even make copies of that shit. They always do. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. And if you're like a real important photographer and your work is worth a lot of money, for example, these professional labs that do their work, don't think they don't make copies of that for themselves. Oh, I'm telling you, they do. They do. They do. There's a lot of chicanery that goes on. And what was that movie with Robin Williams called Photo something? You remember the movie with Robin Williams? That was kind of a strange movie. Yeah, I got to go back and forth in a room here, I can't stay in a bedroom all the time. I got my neighbor here as a friend, and I got to talk to him too, but... Poor P. Diddy. Oh, he's fucked, man. He's fucked. You see, that's the way it is when you think you can get away with everything, you think you're above the fucking law. It doesn't work out for you very well. It just doesn't. Nobody's above the law. I'm not above the law. You're not above the law. Nobody's above the law. They have laws in this land for a reason. We might not like them. Especially if you commit a crime, you're not going to like those laws. Well, duh. Of course you're not going to like them because you got fucking arrested. You wouldn't have got arrested if you obeyed the law and did what you needed to do, but didn't do something that's so fucking radically stupid. When you do something stupid happens. Stupid is, stupid does. Damn, seriously. Seriously. And with this one guy we're talking about, he did some really stupid things, and he continually did stupid things. Now his girlfriend gave him his rights. To get the fuck off YouTube, or we're gonna have a problem here. Probably telling him that there's too much going on here now, and I really don't want to be part of this. I got involved. You got me involved. I could be facing some really bad shit. It's a good possibility. and she wouldn't be wrong, you know. But he involved her, is what he did. Now he's going to pay the price for it one way or the other. Either his relationship is going to eventually break up, he's going to wind up in prison. His whole world fell apart already, but it's going to fall apart even more. That's what happens. Oh yeah, sig her on me. Sig your girl on me. Sig her. Like telling your dog to go bite somebody's ass, right? Sig him, girl, sig him. Sig him. Go get him. Let's get even with him. Let's get revenge on him. Let's see how that works out. When all that started breaking, old Ben Affleck got the fuck away from J-Lo. God, J-Lo's been with so many freaking guys. They're all tarts. They're all all on a casting couch to get their jobs. Marilyn Monroe, all the way back to Marilyn Monroe, even before her. They all went on a casting couch. You do this for me, I'll do that for you. I'll make you a star. And I'll promise you the sun, the moon, and the stars. Does that sound familiar? They all did that, man. Then they pose for Playboy. They do all kinds of shit. You know. That's how they got these jobs. You know, Sylvester Stallone, when he needed money, he did some porn pictures or something, I heard, or photographs or something. That's what I heard. I like Sylvester, though. I can relate to him. He's got a beautiful family, man. Good-looking girls, his daughters, and a good-looking family. He's not tall at all. And I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but he would wear heels that were like 4 inches. We should buy a pair for Barry. He'd wear a heel that's about 4 inches in length in his movies. And he never liked anybody to be around him that was taller than him, because he had to look bigger than life in the movies, okay? Then when you meet these people in person, you'll see. Yeah. No, he's not. No, he's not. Yeah. No, Barry's about 5'2", 5'3" at best. I mean, I know, I met the guy, okay? And if anybody's going to tell you, I'm going to tell you. I'm a short guy, relatively. I'm only 5'7", barely now. My disc space is going down and all that shit, getting older. Let's round it off and say, tits hair from 5'7". Fuck, I used to be 5'8", for real. Always 5'8". Most of my life I was 5'8", but then you got the bone shrinkage, the disc space and all that stuff. I have a touch of scoliosis. But he's got this thing on his back, though. It's not scoliosis, though. There's several things it could actually be. But if you've seen him, he's got a definite hump on the back. It could be osteoporosis or something else. But I'm not going to make fun of his back. I'm not going to lower myself, really. Whatever he's got to deal with it, No, Sly is not 4'10". No, he's not. But they look bigger than life, Rambo and all this stuff.
You stay here.
You're still there? A lot of people?
Yeah.
I'll be back in there.
Okay.
I can't keep the dogs in here all night, though.
There's so many people there.
Well, why can't the dogs mingle? They go under the table in there anyway. Who's in there?
Penelope.
Oh, okay. In the exercise room. Yeah, I'm going to actually do that now. We've had fun so far. I did a little karaoke, if you caught my earlier shows. Let me ask you guys a question about something that's really strange before I go. When I do a live show, here's what happens all the time. It'll process, of course, and it takes a little time. I'll go, and it looks like it's already processed, but then I want to check my video out. I'll press on the image, I want to see my own video. It won't come out. It just won't come out. Maybe later on, or sometime it will, the next day or something, but I don't know if it's my phone with memory. I don't know what it is. But if it's already processed, you should be able to hit on the picture or the caption on there, and I've been doing this for like, fucking 9 years, and his phone has plenty of memory. So what the hell is causing that? Obama is turning into Smeagol. Smeagol. Who's Smeagol? You got me. Oh, reboot the phone? Okay. Yeah, you know what? That has actually worked for me before. Reboot the phone. Sometimes I like to go over my videos, make sure the audio's good and all that. No, I'm not another Nico. How's my audio? You hearing me okay? By the way, where's Steve Montelli's? I haven't been checking him out. Has he been doing any shows? Oh, Steve. He managed to make it back to the Philippines was the last I heard. And he found a woman, I guess. Or was it in Thailand? Steve actually found a woman, I think. I don't know if he's still with her. You been following any of that shit? Because I really haven't. I listen to Steve's occasion that he has a show on, if he knows. Big Kevin's show, I've been getting so bored of listening to him. I just, he's like a Barry type of guy. He's out there to e-beg and, and he's just like the master clown of everything, the ringmaster. And, he shouldn't even be out there in Thailand. I mean, it's my personally, he made a mistake moving out there. He's not happy. He's lonely as fucking hell. And no offense to Big Kevin, but he is Big Kevin still. And people don't understand what happened to him. Some people think he's mentally retarded. Just the way his speech is, and that look and all that. I could say it's not his fault that he got a bolo knife in his head. It probably was his fault, but, what happened afterwards, happened, and how it affected him mentally and all that in his speech or whatever. I don't know. I won't make fun of that, but I will say that I'm pretty sure that he caused that problem to get that. He must have done something to somebody's chick or something, or wife, to get a bolo knife, because that's pretty heavy duty shit. My God, I couldn't even stand to see the blood. If I had to protect myself, I'll crush somebody's head in with a baseball bat. I don't give a shit. I don't want to see a bunch of blood around, to be honest with you. But if I had to, self-preservation and all that crap for me and my family, that's a whole different story. You don't think about that. Your adrenaline builds up, and you'll do whatever the hell it is you need to do. Would you offer Big Kevin a place to stay for a few days? Fuck no. Well, let me know when you arrive. It's not like I have these big rooms. Just let me know when you're going to be in the area, Maybe we'll do a special interview. Okay, while I'm on here, I want to just say something to my audience. I want you guys to listen carefully. And I've talked about this before in regards to who. Please understand if you don't already understand. People thinking I'm going down pretty harsh on him. I'll tell you what harsh is. That's not harsh. I'm sorry, but, maybe it's my upbringing, or it's just that I'm plain human. I don't like somebody calling me a goddamn child predator. It's not just a word, as Bummer always says. It's not just a word. Oh, I hurt your feelings. Really, that's the way you think? Seriously? That I got my feelings hurt? No. You fucked with my reputation, my family, my image, on and off camera. Girls, stay here. You don't do that, man. And every single one of you people out there that hear my voice would feel the same way if you were wearing my shoes. And that son of a bitch, did shows for several years telling the world and using your full name that you're a fucking child predator, a molester, that you have erectile dysfunction, that you have a small dick, that you're a chomo. I could handle certain words, but realistically, It's not acceptable to me, and it never will be. I've spent considerable time, stress, money, and he thinks I'm going to dismiss the case, then he really is out of his monkey ass mind. Maximus, the troll, you know how I feel. I'm actually surprised and think you are softer on him than I would be. There's no way I would offer him any deal of 250. Well, that's going to be up to my lawyer at this point. I already wrote him about it. And if there's no cooperation with him and his girlfriend, then we're just going straight forward on this. We're going to put the second case in. And whatever the DOJ does, because the immigration is going to turn this information to the fiscal. You know, if it's found that she's perjuring herself and all that stuff, yeah, she could be in some serious trouble. And I was just saying that because my audience is listening and I'm trying to intimidate him or her. I'm not. I'm really not. She lied about everything she said in that complaint. She did not show any verified proof of anything. And you guys all know, every single you guys know out there, I never called her those two names. I never ever did. And we asked Bauer to produce it, and he couldn't produce it. And the only thing he came up with is that I said that there was conjugal visits going on with her and him in the prison. And that was not against the law to say that. And he's trying to make it an implication that I'm calling her a whore. But even if he thought it was an implication, okay, let's just throw that out there. Where did I use the words whore or prostitute? Never happened. It never happened. There's not one person out there that could say that I ever said that, ever. Stefan says I would keep my boot on Bummer's neck. All the bullshit he put on you and Gilda, though, making people call your home, harass, come by your house. Oh, he caused a lot of damage. He was saying on the show, what damage did I cause? Oh, I admit I did that. But what damage? To make me spend all these years in prison, that might happen. You caused a lot of damage, dude. You don't understand. You don't understand anything. He's got viewers that try to give him good advice, but he blocks them. He doesn't want to hear the truth. He's living in total denial. Total denial. He's made a lot of enemies out there. A lot of enemies. Look, guys, I come on my show, and a lot of times you think I'm bullshitting a lot. I can choreograph things like you wouldn't believe. I have that talent. I told you, I was, if I didn't do my photography, I was going to go into acting. Never happened. It never went. Too late now. But I could have been a good actor. I'm sure I could have been a good actor. But I've put shows on in the past that were quite purposeful to get a reaction. And boy, did it get a reaction. There were several shows I did that were, there was the Shine 'em Up thing. That was my all-time best. And people fell for that. Why would I say on there, on camera, if you think I'm bullshitting? Should I tell them this, Gilda? Yeah. It's okay that I say this? Dudes, I'm not that stupid. Everything was fucking choreographed. Everything. Well, not everything. Most everything that was considered significant or anything was choreographed to get a reaction. And guess what? I got plenty of reaction. Max was Frank, he could have been a contender. I probably could have been a contender. Bummer is thin-skinned. Do you know all the insults I took over 9-10 years? Do you know the insults I took? I gotta have thick skin. I let things pass all the time, whether it was Aloe, Popeye, I don't care, it was Don C. But they all wind up eating crow. Now, if you go back historically, they wind up eating plates of crow. Don C. tried to do this shit with Nika. It didn't work. He spent a couple of $1,000 American doing this. He ate crow. They all ate crow. There were people that donated for certain causes for Nika and otherwise, and they all ate crow. When they found out later on that she was basically scamming people. She'd go online. She had even Big E of all people. It blew my fucking mind. In the beginning, when I really started talking to Big E, he knew who she was. I said, what the fuck? Is this the same woman? They live over here, and she's in a wheelchair and has polio? Same one. Big E went through the same shit that I did. Big E was taking him out for lunch and everything else. But Big E went all the way. He took him places, to swimming pools. You know, I came over, gave food or something. I took him to restaurants and the family. But every single time I was there, except for one time, I was without Gilda. She was horribly jealous of Gilda. And I said, when I was in a condo with Gilda, she'd be calling on the phone, ringing off the hook. I said, look, I got to spend time with Gilda. I said, when I have some time, I'll call you. Now, Big E told me a similar story about this. And people were donating money. Do you know what she did with it? You know what she did with the money that people were donating? I'll tell you what she did. She went and took her family. They went on a vacation to Bohol where they had some relatives. It didn't go for the food and medicine she needed. Nothing. These guys, I mean, they're just as gullible as a lot of people on here. But they had to make a story of it. Oh, Frank did this to her. Frank did that to her. Frank did this. Frank didn't do anything to her except to be a friend. She wanted more, but I want to sound small, but in character. But you know, getting older, was in my 60s, and you know, I honestly could not see a future with her. She was a nice person. Even my daughter was saying, she goes, because my daughter would talk to her. Yeah, they call each other all the time. And my daughter would say to me, how come you don't go for her? I like her. She's really nice. She was really nice, but on the surface, but unfortunately, she was talking to many, many guys, and they'd feel sorry for her, and they'd send her money. Sound familiar? Anybody? Does that sound familiar? That goes on social media with some Filipinas? That's exactly what happened. Big E went through the same shit. Of all people, Big E and me. What a small world that is. It's the same person. We fell in the trap. Ain't that something, man? Steven says it's amazing that Bummer thinks it was no big deal that he called me those words. He still thinks it's no big deal. He'll never understand. What was Big E getting out of it? I don't know. You have to ask him. In fact, he said that he helped build a CR for them up in the house instead of Nika having to go. And he said he contributed to making the stairs or something. That's not what I heard, though. I mean, that's what I heard him say. But there was money from the gal in Florida that she was sending to Nika to help her do some fix-up and do the stairs and all that stuff. I was there documenting the whole place, man. I was with the father. Unfortunately, he died of lung cancer or something, but I was there documenting. That's what I was there for. It was the same month, though, that I met Gilda at the beginning of the month, and we would go over there. I came there the first time, and I was documenting the place. And why was I documenting it? Well, actually, I was documenting for, what's her freaking face in Florida? That one spaz chick that took an interest in Joy, was giving her money, and Joy was using her. Everybody was using each other. And she was sending money over to Nika also, but it wasn't, unfortunately, the same thing. It wasn't going to the cause. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of chicanery going on here. That's all I can tell you. I think basically Nika's a nice girl. And the problem is that she was trying to get a little bit too close to me, calling me off the hook and everything. It was really uncomfortable. And there was even a time that she wanted to, and I actually discussed that on here one time many years ago. She wanted her mother to drop her off at my condo where I was staying in Cebu. She could be alone with me, so something would happen. From my understanding is she never had sex before or something. I don't know. Could be true. Might probably be, considering. I think the same thing happened with Big E. You have to ask Big E on that one. He shared some stories with me. And even said a few things on his own show on here in regards to that. So I said, that ain't going to happen. And plus the nerve of it. I was seeing Gilda. And she wanted to come over and have her mother drop her over. It's a taxi cab. And come into my fucking condo. That would never happen. And I don't want to sound ugly, but I just wasn't attracted to her in that way. I'll leave it at that. Okay? I'll leave it at that. I just wasn't attracted. Big E freak-off parties. Yeah. Okay, listen, guys. I got to go join the birthday party here. Thank you for coming back in the dialogue. I really appreciate that. And if you haven't seen a little bit of a party, you could go to my earlier live show. And you'll even catch me singing in there of all things. You know, I'm the guy that don't like karaoke. Well, I really don't. But enjoy what I put on at the time. It was early before people were starting to come. Everything was cool for a while, and then it started to raindrops. So we had to move everything in the house. And, okay, again, that worked out really well. Ricky came on with a fucking comment. Some lame comment Ricky came on when I was doing that live. Of course, Ricky's going to leave a lame comment, of course. I guess he doesn't have a rent-a-girl tonight, I guess. Oh, how sad is that? We got some weirdos on here, like fucking Nico. He's in love with his fucking grass. He tries to make a point about family. Oh, and I love my family. At least my family's in my life and all that shit. He can't get a woman to save his fucking life. He's another one. Another creepella. Creep. If it was a woman, I'd call her creepella. He's a creep. He's a creep. Nico is a creep. Shit, he hung around that one woman when he was in the Philippines, man. He was paying her way the whole time of everything, man. I might hang with him too. He's going to pay my way on trips and shit like that. But he didn't say anything fancy at all. They got Big Kevin that was living off Big E's money and whoever else. But look what happened to Big Kevin. They're all fucked up. Every one of them is fucked up. Everything they do is fucked up. Look at Ricky. He's fucked up. Roberto probably croaked. Popeye stuck in his fucking house the rest of his life. Living life vicariously to us people here in the Philippines. You know. Look at Nico. Look at Don C, who lives in the fucking Thailand. He's more involved in the Philippines genre. These people are not living the lives that they claim to be living. They're just not. And I get a real chuckle out of that. I am living my life. I've got a house out here. I've got a long-term mate. I got a family out here now. I got it all. I got it all. And there's somebody out there that wants to take a little bit away from me, and they got a big surprise if they think that's going to happen. You know what? Because I'm not going to let that happen. I told you, tooth and nail. Tooth and nail. Shill said Big E sat in Nika's wheelchair while she rode. I don't know how he could do that. Nico can dance very well with that waiter. It was very intimate with the waiter. Nico was dancing with a waiter? A man? The waiter dance? Well, I'm not really remembering that because I don't go. I just periodically go to Nico's show. I'm bored to death. I'm just bored to death. That's fucking Kevin. Goes out and buys a fucking microphone. Bitching and whining about he's running out of money. He's ringing bells in the fucking bar. Paying for all these girls' drinks just to have companionship. And he's bitching about money and begging on his show. And he goes out and buys another fucking microphone. I wouldn't give him a fucking lead fucking peso. Nor would I get that other stupid creep a fucking lead peso. They're using everybody. They're abusing everybody. Fuck them. Fuck them. Do you have a no? I don't. Okay, guys, I'm off. That's it. Hope you enjoyed all my shows today. That's going to be slowing down after today. Thank you very much. And we'll catch you another time. I got to go join the guests, especially my neighbor, and I just want to spend some time here with the dogs a little bit because they're stuck in this room for a while, and I wanted to kind of get away for a little bit over there. Well, I got to go have a piece of cake, and anyway, and I got to join the people. I got to show my face. It is her birthday, and I got to spend some time with her also. So thank you very much for showing up. You can go to my earlier live stream at the beginning of the party. You might enjoy that. I'm sure there'll be some lame comments from somebody. There's always going to be lame comments, but let me tell you something, man. You can't take happiness away from somebody who's happy. You could try to make somebody miserable, but you can't really accomplish that. Now, let me tell you something. What Barry's doing with his girlfriend, this religious girl who believes in God, you know, all that, those types, what she did was really wrong. She lied on that report like he wouldn't believe, and there was no real evidence produced. We came back with a few hot shots on her and with some video evidence and so forth. I don't know where this is going, I can honestly tell you that. But as I said, it's not over till the fat lady sings. Even if the immigration said something I don't want to hear, we still can fight this. So it's, you know, we're not there yet. We may not have to. Immigration inquiries, they have to make their decision. So we'll see what happens with that. And we'll go from there. That's all we can do. But I will tell you, with complete honesty, that anybody who's trying to separate me from my fucking family, then the war is just beginning. And you'll see what I'm talking about, and I'm not shitting you. Yeah, I'm gonna let the hounds loose. In a big fucking way. They'll see. They'll see. Thank you, guys. Good night, Barry. Don't let the bed bugs bite. One more day, Barry. One more day. You ain't got much time to make a decision, Barry. You think I'm fucking around? You just wait and see.